Hi, crafty friends. Melissa Minor here. Thanks so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. I am so excited to be guest designing for Paper Rose Studio, and they sent me this beautiful collection. This is their brand new Rainbow Village collection. So I've got the birds here, I've got the embossed florals, and I have the 12 by 12 paper collection. So I'm going to flip through here and show you this paper collection. What I like about this is this front cover sheet has these awesome sentiments on the back that you can cut apart for card making. We've got a cut apart sheet here, and then look at this gorgeous rainbow design here. We've got some rainbow trees, so pretty, and then all these gorgeous flowers. Can you see that? I love this paper. This one might be my favorite. I love all that. And then we've got a splatter on the back. We've got another cut apart sheet here. And then we've got some mushrooms. Oh, this is another one of my favorites. These cute little birds. These are just, I just look at these birds and they make me smile. Oh, but on the back is this awesome rainbow wood grain. Here's another cut apart sheet. This looks like a 4x6 cut apart sheet. So pretty. And then we've got butterflies on the back. And then I think we're back at the beginning. So it looks like we get 2 of each sheet. So really pretty. Then I also have the Rainbow Village large floral embossed die cuts. Now what I love about Paper Rose is that they have this embossing on their die cuts. So it's kind of hard to pick up, but can you see that like shine right there on the camera? So when I pick these up, they've got a little shimmer and shine to them. Now I'm going to try to punch one of these out. They've got these little chads holding them in here, so they're a little more difficult to punch out, but you know they're not going anywhere. But what I want to do is I want to go ahead and cut apart all of these. I might try to use my scissors even to break that chad, or go back and trim that off in the end. But I'm going to punch these out. I'll do most of this off camera. I just want to kind of punch a few of these out so you can see them. So I went ahead and cut apart all the embossed floral die cuts, and I'll just hold a few of these up. It's really hard to see that shine on camera, but can you kind of see that? Oh, there we go. When I get the light tilted just right, you can see that. So these are they're unique flowers, and then they've already got that embossing detail on it. So pretty. Then I received the Rainbow Village birds, and aren't these super cute? Oh my goodness. These just totally make me smile. I love all of these, and these also have that embossing on them, so you can see that little shiny spot. So we received several pages here. So I'll do the same thing. I'll punch these apart, and here we go. I punched those apart off camera, and now I have these all ready to go in my little box here so that I can use them on my layout today. So I went ahead and already kind of created my foundation of what I want to do. So I have 3 pieces of the pattern paper that I cut out to 4x4 squares. And then I've got one larger one here. This blue and white polka dot. This is from the Peony Garden Basics collection. I guest designed for Paper Rose Studio earlier this year with another rainbow collection, and it was the Peony Garden Basics, so I had that. So I think that coordinates very well if you already have that with this new Rainbow Village collection. So I think I want my layout to go something like this. Like I said, these the pattern papers in the back are 4x4, and then this one over here on the right kind of sticks out a little bit longer. It's a 4x5 1/4. And then my photo here is a 5x5. And this is a picture of my kitty Pepper. And he's doing one of his favorite things that he likes to do. He's watching out the back door at bugs and birds. And so when I saw this bird, these little cute little birds, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with this collection. I knew that I wanted to scrapbook Pepper doing his favorite thing. So that's my photo. I do want to map my photo. I didn't originally think I wanted to, but it's kind of getting a little bit lost. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this paper from the Basics paper pad down to 6x6. And now I've got my photo here, and the white piece of paper in the background is a 10x10. So this is the kind of the gist of my layout. Off camera, I will go in and distress the edges of everything because I love that look. So I'll distress the edges of the white. Here's my edge distressing tool that I like. And I get this on Amazon. There's lots of edge distressors out there, but this is my favorite. I will link all of these products down below in the description box if you're interested in picking up any of these products. And I always appreciate when you shop my links, as I do earn a small commission at no extra charge to you. Now, to just kind of give this a little more detail, I brought in a journaling pen. This is one of those La pens, and I added that yellow border all around this white piece. Now, I don't think you can see the yellow perfectly, so I will go back in later and add another journaling line in another color. And so I'm going to add a pink journaling pen later, and when the pink and the yellow overlap, it's going to kind of mix and give you a little bit of orange, which is perfect for this rainbow themed paper. So here we go. I've got my 10x10 piece down. I have my 4x5 1/4, and I've got my 4x4. I realized I needed to cut this down. I think I had it cut to 4x6 originally, and then I cut it down to 4x5 1/4. And I like how it just kind of pokes out the bottom, and that's going to give me a little landing spot for all my fun embellishments that are included in this kit. So let me get this rainbow piece glued down. That was my favorite paper there, along with these birds, and of course this beautiful rainbow wood grain, and it's got some text print in it. So this is really, really cute. I'm gonna put my scraps back in here because I definitely don't want to lose sight of those. And let me cut down this little zip strip. So I love this little zip strip on the end. It's got orange, and I want to bring in a little more orange. So what I'm going to do is I am going to edge distress this, and I just kind of tore it. And I'm going to add this to the side over here, and that's just going to bring in a little more color to this layout. So the part that I tore off, I'm going to put some of it over here on the left side, and then I've got another little piece, and I will add that over on the right eventually. Now I want to start going through these die cuts and seeing how I want to put these together. So I'm going to dry fit some of these. I want to have a floral cluster down here in the lower right. And then I know I want to have a floral cluster up in the upper left-hand corner. And look at that bird. Doesn't that just make it all come together? Now, when I go to glue these down, I will use a little bit of foam tape and pop some of these up, not all of them, but I know I want to pop up the bird and maybe the floral that's on top. So I'm just going to kind of play around with some of these die cuts and move them around. I believe I have that bottom cluster glued down now. I like the way that looks. Now I'm going to work on this upper left-hand corner cluster. I'm going to see how many colors I can bring in to make this just as bright and colorful and fun as I can. Now, I will do my journaling off camera, but I definitely want to tell the story of Pepper looking out the back door at his bugs and birds. So this is looking really good. I love that bright pink floral. I think that that brings in that big pop of color that I wanted. Just going to add tuck in a couple more things here and mix and match. And then I want to bring another bird up to that cluster. So let me look through the birds. And I first thought this one, but I decided I want a different bird, and I want one on a little branch. So one kind of like this, but this one's a little bit too small, I think. So let me look through the birds. This one's perfect. It's got like a little branch, and it's looking at a little friend. So I think that one's cute. So I'll go ahead and tack some of these leaves down, and we'll get some of this glued down. Now I've got some foam tape here. So I'll pop my focal flower up on the top, and then the rest of these I'll just kind of tuck underneath. And I originally was not sure that I liked the bird, but now that I'm looking at it, I definitely love this bird. So I made this layout, and then I also made some cards. So if you haven't seen my Instagram post, you'll have to check it out. I will leave it linked down below as well. But like I said, my favorite thing about Paper Rose Studio are their gorgeous floral, or not floral, but embossed die cuts. And I don't know any other company that has that embossed detail. So here's where I'm bringing in that pink Le Pen, and I went ahead and did that off camera, and I think you can see that much better, so I really like that. So I still only have that orange zip strip over there on the left, and I want to bring in more of that color. So here's where I'm going to go in and find my little piece, my little extra piece, and I'm going to add that over on the right. I'm still looking through here to see if there's anything else that I want to add. And I cut this tag out. I'm not sure why I cut the tag out originally. I thought I was going to use it on the layout, but then I just didn't like the way that it looked. I do go ahead and edge distress it, but I will save that for a future project. So I originally thought I wanted to add it down at the bottom and add my journaling, but I just think it's too large, so I'm going to go back in with some journaling strips off camera to do my journaling. It is super cute though, just not for this layout. All right, so here's where I'm adding that extra little bit of orange, and you can see here I'm kind of tilting it just to give it a little more variety. And then I use that cut apart sheet, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut this down even smaller, but I have the sentiment on here, "You're the best." It says, "You are the best," and that's gonna be my title. So your title doesn't always have to be a large focal. It can be just a small little title, and I put it here, but then I end up adding it over here on the right-hand side, and I like that much better. So I don't add gems or splatters. I add one more little piece from the punch outs over here on the left, and a little bitty heart. And then that is going to wrap up today's layout. So if you've enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. And if you don't already follow me on Facebook and on Instagram, I would love for you to follow me on those platforms as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Don't forget to check out the description box below for links to all the products used today. Have a great day. Bye.